What's happening, everybody? Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter, with some breaking NFL news for you. I've been good on these things so far all off-season, and we got a big one here today. Revis Island has apparently floated down the coast and has landed in Florida. The New York Jets have reportedly agreed to trade cornerback Darrelle Revis to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in exchange for draft picks that at this point when I'm making these videos are still undisclosed. But it looks like it's going to be Revis in exchange for not players but draft picks. The Buccaneers have furthermore reportedly agreed to a long-term contract with Revis that is going to make him one of the highest paid non-quarterback players in the National Football League. Now, anybody that had been following Darrelle Revis and his contract negotiations know that Revis and his management had been looking for a deal in the range of $15 to $16 million per season, which is similar money to the deal that Mario Williams got, the deal that Larry Fitzgerald got, and the deal that Calvin Johnson got. Now, Darrelle Revis is in Tampa Bay as we speak, undergoing a physical, and depending on the results of that physical, this deal could be finalized as early as this evening, Sunday evening, or Monday morning. Now, I understand why Tampa had to make this deal. They were the absolute bottom of the barrel, worst pass defense in football last year. They've got a talented secondary. They've got cornerbacks like Anthony Gator. They've got Deshaun Goldson and Eric Wright, but they can only go uphill from what their results were last year. 297.4 pass yards against per game for Tampa Bay last year. That was the worst total in the NFL. So they can only go up from here. But I tend to agree with Jets owner Woody Johnson. I mean, he basically said, I'm not willing to pay Darrelle Revis that much money. And to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't have been willing to pay Revis that much money either. I consider Darrelle Revis to be wholly overrated. Look at the guy. He's only played 31 games in the last 3 seasons. So he's only averaging 10 games a season over his last 3 years. And I know that's only his last 3 years, and he's had good seasons in there, but it's still only about 10 games a season. The guy is starting to prove to maybe be a little bit injury prone. And at times, I've considered him to not even be the best cornerback on his own team, much less the best cornerback in football, best defensive back in football, best defensive player in football, hell, best player in football, which is what a $15 to $16 million a year contract for a cornerback is basically claiming to the rest of the league that, hey, this is one of the best players in football. I just don't see it. So I think if that's the kind of money that the Bucs do agree to pay him, I think it's too much money. I just think it's way too much money. But that is the deal as it stands right now. Reportedly, Darrelle Revis will be traded from the Jets to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in exchange for, as of now, undisclosed draft picks. Apparently, the Bucs are ready to sign Revis to a long-term contract. Revis cannot be franchised after this coming season, so he could very well opt out of the last couple of years of a long-term contract, but that's of course speculative at best. But Revis looks like he's going to end up in Tampa Bay. What do you guys think about this deal? Do you need to hear more about it? Like, do you think you maybe need to hear what the draft picks are before you make a decision? Or maybe you've made up your minds already? I want to hear that in the comments section below. That's it for me, Justin, Bridgewater's Finest on YouTube, Blockbuster_guy on Twitter. Breaking news, it looks like Darrelle Revis is the newest Tampa Bay Buccaneer.